got that contact and lost as Klein. He's going to have a bit of a tricky moment here getting across the track, isn't he? Well, I held my breath for a second there, but well done, Marvin Klein. But got across safely in the end, and I think the BWT Lechner Racing guys will be happy to see that. Getting him back in one piece, he will be a bit be a bit slow coming into the pit lane, but Marvin Klein back in one piece and can now get the rear left of that car seen to.
So the mechanics will change, of course, that rear left tyre, but it's just whether how much damage it was done to, with bits of debris flicking off onto underneath the car, under the body of the car. But he'll pull in, and the Lechner team will put it up.
A prime opportunity has appeared to disrupt the flow of American munitions, and it's hiding in Scandinavia's heart.
Assess the
A company
situation.
Nordvik has been providing weapons and vehicles to US operatives around the
to
world.
The brakes, but
That stops today. We want a full-scale assault on the factory. Destroy any local resistance, then dig in. Do not let the enemy push you back.
Pieces at all.
Communications will be re-established en route. Out.
So we'll keep an eye on that.
Well, there we go. Klein is back. Meanwhile, turning his way through the final corner. Somebody lost a bit at the hot round in Barcelona. We hope better fortunes this weekend. Let's check in with the Kadeka Racing driver.
Yes, I do like Tambor track. It's a very specific track. My very first time in Sambo, it was 2018 with the TCR Europe, where I have good memories. I finished P1 on the race. And second time was this season in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Not so much experience, very challenging track out there, especially these camber corners where you have in a T4 and last corner is very particular to drive out there, especially on the outside line. It's super nice. Also after this corner you have the longest straight going up and down, right, left, which is very exciting.
Nicolas going up, he's made the transition across from TCR to Porsche very well.
Our enemy controls the battle. They have conquered more sectors.
Settled into the championship nicely. There's not been really many drivers that have made a similar transition to him this season. A lot of them have sort of been graduates, either within Porsche or across the single seaters, but he's been within that TCR program for a long time, but he's settled in very well.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Sure, and actually I would probably say it's one of the harder ways to come back across. A front-wheel drive, of course, the front wheels are, the power is driven by going through the front wheels, so you get driven along by the front wheels essentially, and then rear-wheel drive. Rear-wheel drive, hence the name's quite simple, really, but making that transition, there's so many characteristics with how you turn the car, usually with a front wheel drive, you want a little bit more of an unstable rear so that you can get the car turned and rotated, whereas maybe not so much with a rear wheel drive car, because you can use the drive to make it turn. So it's a tough way for him to come across, but he's sitting in 11th place at the moment, just over half a second off. You can just see, even if he gains a couple of hundreds, that boosts him up into the top 10, and that's what it's going to be like for the remainder of the weekend. It's just so close here.
It's Brasky.
Charlie 1 is now under our control.
There you go. Cross the ground.
Take the ground.
Yeah. When you get to this moment here, what's going through your driver's mind? Is it right, foot off the brake and just get through the gravel as quickly as possible?
Continue to hold on to the brake. That would have been more of a flat spot. Continue to go deeper into the ground. There's a huge amount of content, but the sweepers will be out in full force down at turn 12 by the looks of it, and actually just on the edge of the gravel at turn 12. He did just dip the wheel slightly off the curve on the inside. The gravel's got some resin down there as well to stop
We are moving to
the gravel
Charlie
spraying
2.
everywhere, but not the whole gravel track. Stop resin. There's one gravel track there to do its job, which is to slow the drivers down if they're coming in due to an incident. So, but he went past that resin and into the non-resin part of the gravel track.
Yeah, the Marsh is always fully aware that they prepare for a Porsche Super Cup that there's going to be some sweeping to do by the end. Guaretti, he's got the blinkers on there, so he's getting out the way for Dirk Schütter. Third place, I think he'll take that. Championship rival.
All forces to your
one of his
objectives.
championship rivals, Hart, is closer to him, leading the way. That will be very good news for him. Flint Schuring down in 13th, though, at this stage. They want to make improvements if he can in this final run.
Certainly will. This is our only practice session for the Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup. They'll be straight into qualifying tomorrow, local time at 1 p.m. 30-minute qualifying session. So this is their only opportunity to make sure they're dialed into the circuit. They take in and pass on any feedback that needs to the teams to make adjustments to the car, because then tomorrow it's straight into qualifying. However, there's mixed conditions tomorrow, so it may not be the same conditions that we've currently got. But yeah, for Flint, he'll certainly be hoping that he can make improvements in the final 7 minutes of the session, because if this was qualifying, that is going to be a challenging place to start.
Let's go through the wildcard. 22nd. Niels Langeveld is 17th. Remember, they don't score points. Frank Ruiz is currently in 23rd. Luciano Martinez is 29th. Hoffner is 19th. Nathan Sharp is running out there, just trying to identify him. He's in 20th place. Nigel Schunderberg is in 28th. But the one that stands out, Alice, Senevan Sulen, wildcard entry, 11th in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany so far this season, so has been here with them. 7th place overall on his debut in the championship in practice. That's very good. He's in the pits right now, but he's going very well.
Yeah, 0.4 of a second off, but Masters might be about to stretch or jump to the top of the times and demote Robert from the top. It's a good first sector, good middle sector. Let's see how the final sector was, and he does straight up to the top, only by a fraction. But Van Lagen is fastest of anybody. He currently sits in P5. He's fastest in that first sector by just over 1/10 of a second. So looking pretty handy as he comes through in this wow. And that is a mighty middle sector. So somewhere Van Lagen has found a whole heaps of time.
Now he did this last time at Hungary. Jan Van Lagen came out at the end of the session.
We have superiority in this battle. Make sure we maintain that.
We've got a couple of drivers now under investigation, by the way.
We have a breach at one of our objectives.
We'll go through that in just a sec. Let's see Jan Van Lagen across the line first, because he's purple through sector 1 and 2. Wow, 8.5 tenths clear. Now, Jan Van Lagen as and there we go. There's a way to go from hero to zero. There, Jan Van Lagen, 8.5 tenths clear, and now he's spun it at turn 1.
Yeah, I don't know whether he went in. Oh no!
Don't. Oh!
And it's going to be across pit lane as well. So pit exit will be.
He's blocked someone.
Just get through. So I don't know whether he was still going to, or he was just going to move out the way for traffic behind. But as soon as he got onto that dust, that's what spun him round, and that's going to continue all weekend. Again, we're right by the beach, so here we go. Looks like he was potentially still on a push lap. Just didn't want to lock up the front. Avoided going into the gravel, and then once you get onto that dust, you can just see how much dust gets kicked up, and that will play a part over the weekend, particularly if we have a dry race. Something to bear in mind with if you're having battle, if you are going quite wide, you do run a big risk of losing the rear. See the 35 car.
That's Senevan Sulen
trying to get out of the pits, but anyway, back to action on track. De Haan, is he going to make any improvement? No, so stays in 4th place, but he's going to continue to push. Again, our championship leader though just jumps up to 2nd in the times, but still 3.5 tenths from the fastest overall time.
So there's time out there. It looks like we're doing sort of quali runs now, aren't we? We're into this final push where the drivers are going out there. They feel like they've got everything they need from the long runs, and this is almost a dress rehearsal for some into what we're going to see tomorrow come the end of the session. De Haan is taking us uphill, and one of the GP elite cars nicely placed in behind, but he's 2 tenths down through the first sector.
He is, and Goretti is still going again. Let's have a little look, and that's a challenging first sector for Goretti, who's going to challenge Van Lagen for honours if he keeps this up. So lots of improvements now starting to go through the field. This will be chopping and changing the order throughout. Whether it will change at the very top remains to be seen, but certainly Goretti has started the lap off well. Dehaan, not so much. Let's see how he goes through when he cuts the beam out of sector 2.
Matisse Gilbert is going very well. He's in 21st. He's just done 2 good sectors, and we'll watch him jump up. Marvin Klein goes up to 3rd. Cheering in the pit lane, so he'll take that part. There goes Gilbert up to P3, so that's a good improvement from him. Alex Tauscher, another one who's looking quite quick out there as well. Here comes Robert Dehaan.